pause again. We'll do something else. We are live though. We are live. Yes, sir. I was driving when this news broke. Thought about making a quick 1 minute video, but nah. We gotta let it rock. We gotta let it rock. We gotta let it marinate. So I'm gonna wait for some people to get here, and I will start it up. How you doing? Yeah, having a good day today? Yeah, having a good Monday? I'm having a great Monday now, man. Be sure to follow all the links in the description below. 1 second. Be sure to follow everything. Yeah! Yeah! Flash Gordon. Ooh! I'm about to bring a tear to my eye. Hold on. You won't. Hey, man, listen. I seriously had to go, and I was supposed to make a video today about the game, which I probably would still make. I'll probably make a video and probably post it up tomorrow or Wednesday before the podcast to kind of talk about the game plus the upcoming game. But I had to jet out though, and then I wasn't again. The plan was to record a video today, but I had some family business I had to take care of, so wasn't able to do that, man. But man, Josh Gordon, y'all. Flash Gordon just got traded about an hour or so ago. I was driving in DC. If y'all know DC traffic, y'all know it ain't no joke. I had to, focus. We ain't gonna. My skills ain't up there with engraving. Be sure to drop a like in the video. But my skills ain't up there with engraving, so I can't vlog, stream, and drive at the same time. Plus, that's dangerous too. So But Josh Gordon. Flash Gordon traded for a conditional 5th round pick. This is major news, breaking news, man. Telling y'all, man. So initially they said that they was gonna release and said it was gonna cut it. Well, good as having a good option. I'm gonna get to that. So they said we initially cut him. Sorry, the Browns initially cut him. And then they came on and said that they're going to train him. So apparently they were going to cut him, and teams were like, no, we are willing to give you something, which teams always should, to secure Josh Gordon for the year. And I believe his contract, let me go ahead and look at his contract. I think his contract is actually expiring after this year, I want to say. I think it's either expiring this year or next year. One of the two. Let's see. I don't think he's... Yeah. So he's going to be a restricted free agent next year. So that means that if he does good, we could potentially, and this is probably what's going to happen. And again, teams may do this, may not do this. I think what's going to happen is, if I'm not mistaken, he has minimum contract expiring this year. Yep. So he's going to be a restricted free agent, meaning we can match any offer that teams put out there. Also meaning that if we don't match an offer, we get compensated. This is going to be similar to the Malcolm Butler situation, whereas teams were, and what we're probably going to do is with Smart again, put a 1st round tender on Josh Gordon. Meaning, if you come in and say like, listen, we want Josh Gordon, we're gonna offer him the bag, right? Okay, and we like, nah. You're going to have to offer him the bag plus give up your 1st round pick in that upcoming draft. So we could potentially get Josh Gordon for the next 3 years potentially, or a 1st round pick out of this. So this is a great move by Bill Belichick. This is all contingent if he stays the whole year. I got to keep that in mind, because if he gets suspended or something, then, we'd probably, but again, we only gave a 5th round pick for him. So, and then potentially another pick too. So we gave up a 5th round pick for Gordon, for him. And if he doesn't play 10 games, if he's not active for 10 games, we will get a 7th round pick as compensation, which means, so let's say he gets hurt, he gets suspended or whatever. If he is not active for 10 games, we can get compensation for Gordon. Meaning, this is we have about 14 games left, meaning he pretty much has to play the rest of the games. Now, I could see a situation where if he gets, hurt or injured, shout out to the 22 people we have in the stream. Be sure to like the video, y'all. Come on. But I feel like what Belichick could potentially do is he could, maybe, we get a spot secured. He's only played 9 games. Hey, Josh, go ahead and sit that out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, gang. Go ahead and sit this game out. So let's say he gets, like I said, he plays 9 games. In week 17, we got a spot secured. I can see Belichick be like, you only play 9 games, 10 games against a 7th round pick. Nah, Josh, go ahead and stick on the sideline. We can get that so we can get the 7th round pick. But man, just amazing. And so with this move, we had to end up cutting somebody. Unfortunately, we had to cut Corey Coleman. Can't really speak much on him because he never really got a chance to prove himself. I think Bill Belichick should make a trade for a defensive player because their defense is not that good. Facts. And again, I'm getting to that, man, but it's just so much excitement. So we're going to get into defense, but let's talk about what this move does right now. This midseason move, keep in mind, too, this is a midseason move, which means he has to get chemistry now with Tom Brady. He has to learn a new system, new scheme, and that is pretty difficult to do. As you saw Philip Dorsett last year, he came in at the end of preseason, didn't really get it going, but this year he had a full offseason of camp with Tom Brady. He's starting to get things clicking together. Even when we traded for Randy Moss, we was able to get some offseason action with him. It wasn't, straight middle of the season. It was some, little bit of action. Guys like Michael Floyd. What's another name I can think of? Kenny Britt that we picked up in the middle of the season. So just because he gets picked up in the middle of the season doesn't mean that he's going to come in and eat. Now Josh Gordon again is probably one of the Tyson we put him at linebacker. He's eligible to play next week, but I don't know. Yeah, so he's eligible to play this Sunday, and because his hamstring injury, because he had a hamstring injury, they thought it could be serious, but it's nothing. So he could play this week. Do I expect him to? I don't think so. We may have him active depending on, the health, because, again, we still have a guy, Marcus Cannon, who's, still kind of hurting. Wish we could have got Khalil Mack. I wish we could have got Khalil Mack too, man. If we would have given the bag for him, I wouldn't be, a problem with that. But I think what's with this Josh Gordon situation is now, if Gordon's probably going to be on the active roster, I would say either week 4 or week 5. I think week 3, I think this week might be a stretch, but if I'm guessing, I feel like week 4, next week would be the perfect week for him to come and get him a week underneath the belt. And don't put him out there in the fire. Please don't put him out there in the fire. Have him build up slowly because you want to welcome him in. You want to get acclimated. Again, just imagine having Gronk up the seam. You got Edelman, Slotty Pippen in the slot, Chris Hogan on the outside, Philip Dorsett going deep, or James White out the backfield, Rex Burkhead, Sony Michel, and then you got Josh Gordon on the other side. So this opens a lot. And before, when I always said this, again, our wide receiver core is crowded. I did say that Dez Bryant, however, when people talk about should we get him, I said, will he fit the scheme? Will he fit the system? He wasn't known as a route runner. Josh Gordon is a different kind of animal. This dude was off drugs, missed about 2-3 games, and still led the league in receiving yards. The Stars on New England page down to yeah, that's it. Again, I'm going to get into the defense, but we got to break down this offense first. What does this allow us to do? It allows us to potentially give Brady more weapons, which means he can put up more points, maybe hold the clock more to stop our defense, man. So I'm pretty much just going back to this Randy Moss situation. So we got Randy Moss in the offseason, like right after the Super Bowl pretty much, and we gave up a 4th-round pick for Randy Moss. Gave up a 4th-round pick for Randy Moss. Josh Gordon gave him a 5th-round pick. And so Josh Gordon, as you know, the talent, he's once in a generation, just like Randy Moss, once in a generation kind of talent. And so what this will do for us is just open up our playbook, man. Again, give us a tall, big receiver that can run routes, can catch passes, can do all that great stuff. Also, he has some run block too, which we'll get into. But this move, man, I think if everything works out, I don't see a negative in this move. Again, only give a 5th-round pick. If he's not active for 10 games, get some compensation back. Get a 7th-round pick that Belichick will probably flip it to a 6th-round pick next year. Most likely, knowing Belichick. And so then after that, man, what y'all got to do? Hey, Jalen Ramsey's a little spicy. But that's the end of there. So what does this do for the defense? And I've seen a lot of people asking about the defense. And I agree. The defense got shredded by Blake Bortles. Keep in mind, though, Blake Bortles played, the game of his career yesterday. That is typically an anomaly. And again, if we were going to lose yesterday, it was going to have to be Blake Bortles had to air us out. What are the chances? So would you rather have had, and I'm just going to tell for the Patriot fans who keep asking about the defense, and trolls keep talking about we got shredded. Would you rather have lost to the Jags doing what they're supposed to do, having them run the football with T.J. Yeldon and a Jakeem Grant? Or would you rather say, Blake Bortles, let's see if you can really beat us. We went in there, and that's what the Patriots do. If we're going to lose because the guy that's not supposed to eat, he eats. So the problem with the defense is Bill doesn't want the defensive ends to rush the passer. And that's true because also, too, with our defense, we're not athletic. And that's the one thing about Jamie Collins that I did miss when we traded him. Again, I said if he was doing his own thing, he got to get out of there because it can mess everything up. But Jamie Collins was that dude who could rush / go back in the spot because he was still athletic. And since we don't have athleticism, and that's another thing too, if you realize when we rush the passer, like look at years past when we play quarterbacks. When they go and get the quarterback because they're not that athletic, especially against scrambling quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson last year, Cam Newton every time we played him. Who else we played? Tyrod Taylor sometimes when we played him. When we go after the quarterback, when we go after the quarterback just runs for like 10 yards. He does so. Yesterday, they were containing and they weren't filling their lanes. It was a combination of both. And when they go after the quarterback, if they don't get there, it just leaves the runs open. So Belichick kind of playing a little bit conservative. Maybe he needs to up the ante. Maybe make some more pressure and everything. So going into the defense, what I think we should do is probably get Eric Reed, like you say. We need to get another safety, get another linebacker, man. A lot of things needs to be fixed. Yes, a lot of the things on defense needs to be fixed. So I think getting another safety / linebacker. Linebacker more importantly. If we get another linebacker, only reason why I say get another safety is because they can kind of give us that guy to come down in the dollar nickel set, come down from the box, like, maybe Eric Reed or even actually really Patrick Chung, healthy, come down to the box, and he's able to do that because Deron Harmon, he got shredded up. Eric Rowe, bruh, can we please get rid of Eric Rowe? Like, can we cut Eric Rowe like ASAP, like right now? Because, man, this dude, man, got torched yesterday. Got shredded. Stephon Gilmore gave it that one touchdown catch to Dante Moncrief. It was great coverage. I can live with that. Eric Rowe just got torched all yesterday, man. They had a field day. I had Keenan Cole in my fantasy, and I'm like, I can't start the ops. I can't start Keenan Cole. We gonna be decent. And dotted us up. And she ain't passed on our defense. You funny. Unless you can make a trade for a number 2 corner. I don't think so. And so I think we go get a linebacker. The way our corner safety set up, if we get a linebacker that can kind of help things out, I feel like we can shift our defense to help out a guy like Arrow. But they keep putting Arrow out there. I actually kind of like Jason McCourty a little bit. Again, this is what I talked about with the Malcolm Butler effect, man. Missing him is a key piece, man, because although a lot of people want to pick on him, trolls say he's not that good, super catch. Malcolm Butler did hold his own. He did his job, and he's going to be missed. And all they did is they're just attacking Eric Rowe at any time. So this is going to be a difficult transition, man, but getting Josh Gordon, back to the Josh Gordon signing, man. Belichick plays man-on-man. Jason McCourty is his own time. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And when we play zone, it's like Eric Rowe is not reading the zone correctly. Like, it just always seems like he's getting miscommunication. Again, that could just be on face value of miscommunication, but yeah, Butler did look good in our system, man. But for the first 2 weeks, it's not looking too good for him, man. But I wish him nothing but the best. Hope he can turn around and prove to people that remember, he was an All-Pro corner, so prove to people that he was pretty good. But back to the Josh Gordon situation, man. So he's on an expiring contract again, restricted free agent. He'll be 28 next year, man. So this is his prime years right now. And I'm just looking at it. This is just a win right here. There's no downside. Like, Times really signed that. Hey, nothing special. I'm gonna have to block you. No Malcolm Butler slander will be tolerated on this channel. Anyways, take that over to the kid's channel because he'll love that. But with Josh Gordon, man, when is Derek Rivers going to start because he's healthy? Is he? It's a combination of both with Derek Rivers. He's He's somewhat healthy, somewhat in the doghouse, man. I think sometimes we need to go. I actually want to see Claiborne more. He looked pretty great in the preseason. We need physical corners and safeties. Yeah, we do, because we kind of play soft coverage. Eric Rowe is supposed to be a physical corner, but I don't want that if he's getting beat. But Adrian Claiborne looked so well in the preseason. Like, and again, that was just preseason. Some of it was against starters, some of it was against backups. But he looked so great in preseason. I'm like, okay, he could revive his career potentially, looking good in spell packages. But it's just, I don't see it in the regular season, and I rarely hear his name. I rarely see him on the field. Maybe it's because he's not making plays, but I don't see him on the field. Maybe I'm just missing it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a linebacker that can cover. That's why I'm saying if we get Eric Reed that can put Patrick Chung or him as pretty much like a Deion Buchanan as Mark Barron type, a linebacker who is covering. So we just need athleticism, and that's one thing we've struggled with for a while, and that's why Jamie Collins was so good, because he was our cover guy because he was so athletic. But now he's not there. We just haven't been able to find a guy to do that. The cover guy is supposed to be like Kyle Van Noy / Dante Hightower. Well, Hightower rushes the passer and then goes to zone. But the cover guy's supposed to be Van Noy, but he hasn't looked really good. Patrick Chung, I can't. I'm gonna give Patrick Chung some credit, man, because sometimes he be looking but when he be on, he be pretty good for us. But this Josh Gordon, man, situation, again, I'm not seeing anything terrible about this move. Gave a 5th round pick, gets a 7th round pick if it doesn't work out. He's a restricted free agent next year, which means we can match any offer on the table. And if we don't match the offer, we get compensated back with probably a 1st round pick. I like how it shows how dominant Flowers is once he went out. Yeah, man, Trey Flowers, man, is a really underrated pass rusher in the NFL, and he's very underrated to Patriot fans. Like, Trey Flowers is that dude, and you saw the second he went out, it was over. I know it means something, but I think you can't make a leave. Yeah, that's true. You gotta have great players, man. You gotta have great players. But I mean, you got to also think about it like this. Some of these players, they're supposed to be great. They're just not performing. So you can't put it all on Belichick, man. Like Eric Rowe, he's supposed to be a decent player. He's not performing. Patrick Chung, we gave him an extension and everything, brought him back, looked pretty good. He's not really performing that well. Devin McCourty, he has to do a little bit better job. So you can't always blame the coach. Sometimes it's on the players that are in the position, they're just not making plays. I said it. Let's go get Eric Reed. Let's go get Eric Reed right now, man. Make him a linebacker, him or Chung, and just let's go to work. Let's go to work, man. But, man, Josh Gordon is really going to be a Patriot. Like, oh, my gosh. So, let's go to the depth chart. I'm happy with the trade, though. Josh has a chance to. Exactly. And I think having a guy like Tom Brady, again, the Patriot way, where it's no nonsense, no distraction, but I kind of feel like Belichick is trying to show that, which is true. True. I feel you on that. Sometimes ego comes to fall, but I feel like this Josh Gordon decision is going to be good for him, having a guy like Brady. Hopefully him and Gronk can kind of get a connection going, so that, a legal connection, so that they good. Hey, I'll take J.J. Watt. If he's healthy, I'll take J.J. Watt. Why not? Put him at tight end too with Gronkowski. Ooh, they'd be fired. But, man, this trade. And again, I know people are going to say, what about the wide receiver being crowded? And again, I still think we're crowded. But when you have a talent like Josh Gordon in his prime, who can run routes, physical, just a once-in-a-generational talent, you make room. You worry about everything else later. Defense needs to blitz more. That's what I'm saying. I think we're playing too much soft. Like, if we want to play soft coverage, bump it. Let's go ahead and get at him. But Josh Gordon, man, I can't say enough about this. So pretty much when everybody's healthy and if everything works out, this is my thought process. This is what I'm thinking. That we're going to spell in Josh Gordon. He's not going to start, I don't think. Then we're going to spell him in it because we're going to have Gronk. We're going to have one of our running backs. We're going to have Edelman. So that's 3 people already. So White, Michelle, Burkhead, whoever. Gronk, Edelman. 3 people out of 5 that has take spots. Then you're going to probably have Chris Hogan, and then probably have Philip Dorsett for speed, then Josh Gordon. So between those 3, you got to pick 2 of them, and probably they'll switch out, maybe Hogan, best suit for it. But in the red zone, imagine. Just think about it. You got Gronk, ice on one side. You on a trip set, and you got Josh Gordon on the outside here. You got Edelman in the slot. You got Hogan with him too, and then you got James White in the backfield. You know the difficulty of guarding that's going to be? Oh, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, y'all. We got 30 people in here. I need some more likes. We got 30 people. Be sure to subscribe, man. Oh, man, I can't wait. So, moral of this thing is, this is a 10 out of 10 trade, man. Like, again, I don't see any negative in the trade. 10 out of 10. Please, somebody let me know if there's a negative. Always like the fifth receiver is a fifth receiver. No, Hogan be eating. He's the one that got the 2 touchdowns. Hogan be eating like he's 7-11 because he's always open. Always finds a way to get open, man. I like Chris Hogan. So I'm gonna end the video right here, man. I've been talking for about 20 minutes. I don't know what else. Is really just repeating myself at this point. I'll give us about a minute or so for questions. I can answer them. Hogan burnt Ramsey yesterday. Exactly. Hogan is always open, man. No slouch Hogan. So I'll get about a minute for questions. I'll answer questions, and then I'm going ahead and end it. Appreciate that, Edelman. You need to get back on that field, Edelman, because we need you. Who is going to change jersey number? Stop it. Josh Gordon better change that number. Yeah, when the game was over. The game wasn't over at that point. We still had a chance to come back. Had the defense made a stop, we had a chance to come back. The game wasn't over. You should know this. With Tom Brady on the field, until they hit double zeros on each side of the time, it's never over. Yeah, Brady. And with Patterson doing well, yeah, he just made that one mistake by tripping up on his feet, which was kind of hard to blame. But again, guy, that's what I was forgetting. Cordell Patterson. So there's gonna be a lot of people. I know the season started. What's your prediction for this year? I predicted like 13-3, 13-3, 12-4, probably our record. Still standing by it. Even with the Josh Gordon move, I'm not going to say we're going to go 14-2 or higher up, but I'm just going to say 12-4, 13-3 sounds about right. Probably get a 2 seed maybe, depending on the Jaguars. 2 seed, 1 seed, potentially a 3 seed, depending on if we lose a couple straight. Yeah, 13-3, sounds about right. We all know it don't matter about the regular season. All that matters is when December and January hit. All this stuff right now is like our preseason, especially as Patriot fans. We know this doesn't matter. We just trying to get to the postseason because that's when the intensity picks up. Here's the thing, though, Stinker. It's no risk, high reward. Like, there is literally no risk at all involved in this. You gave a 5th-round pick. Oh, well. Boo-hoo. Get over it. And again, if it doesn't work, we get a 7th-round pick in return from the Browns, which is like a late 6th-round pick. And they're going to get a late 5th-round pick. I can't be. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait. Yo. I can't wait. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, y'all. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out the highlights/lowlights from yesterday's game. And again, yes, Josh Gordon silent pass. That defense still needs some fixing. Doesn't matter how many points you're going on. Exactly. That's what I said. But hopefully the offense can help out by controlling the clock more and able to get over. Because that's another thing, too. When we play the Jaguars, they play a lot of man defense. A lot of pressure, a lot of man defense. So we couldn't really get open. That's where Edelman comes into play. This is where Josh Gordon will come into play. Like, imagine having Edelman, Josh Gordon, Gronkowski. Go ahead and double Gronk all you want. We're going to have Edelman. We're going to have White. We're going to have Gordon. We're going to have Hogan. One of them's going to get beat if you double team Gronk. Yesterday, no Edelman made it easier for another double team. And if we add Josh Gordon, it's just going to be a much harder task for them to do. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, man. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. And again, I post Patriot highlights. I got to get back on some flashback highlights, and I probably will put some Josh Gordon highlights up. Probably make a Josh Gordon tape, a welcome Josh Gordon tape. But that's going to be it. Like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace.